There are a lot more people in this subdivision than you might think. Just a few short steps from here, you'll find this. There are no signs, no plaques, no markers, but as many as 400 people, adults and children, are buried here.
This is, a relic of what our country was like when there was no safety net for anybody.
This is the old Poor Farm Cemetery. The Poor Farm was opened by Lewis and Clark County on this site in the late 1800s. It housed the elderly who had no one to care for them, people who were disabled and unable to work, and orphaned or abandoned children.
People worked, did various jobs around the Poor Farm, either, took care of livestock or grew vegetables.
And when people died, they were buried here. This is a plot plan for the cemetery, but no one knows quite how accurate it is, which is why the Montana Department of Transportation brought ground-penetrating radar out on Wednesday.
And that's what we're doing today, is just trying to confirm with a 3D grid where the extents start and stop and where the borders of this are.
This $36,000 piece of equipment uses an electromagnetic signal and produces an image that indicates ground disturbances. MDT doesn't usually use it for things like this.
We hope to use it to detect voids behind retaining walls. We use it to find utilities when we're drilling, and we haven't really been able to use it a whole lot yet.
But this was an important training exercise with a piece of equipment MDT has only had for about a year. In this field, in the middle of a subdivision, it found a pattern indicative of graves.
The people who are buried here are people who had no family. They had no money. The county paid for them to have a pine box.
And while we might never know exactly how many people are here or who they all were, we now have a better idea of where they were laid to rest. Attardo said she hopes a marker of some sort can be installed here to let people know what this plot of land is and who rests here. In Helena, Marion Davidson, MTN News.